What's up everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. This is a long-awaited first 10 picks of the draft. The first 10 picks of my mock draft. I'm going to be doing the 10 through 20, or 11 through 20, and then 21 through 31 later on this week. Going to do it in segments of 10. And let's go right off the bat. Obviously, I got the videos for the first 10. I'm going to explain each pick. Obviously, search the page, you'll find them by team. But without further ado, Edmonton taking Dale Yakupov to complement their already skilled forward core. I think Pavel Bure-esque with a guy like Nugent Hopkins and Taylor Hall and Jordan Eberle. Those are your top four forwards. You're doing really well. And I think Edmonton will try to get defensemen through other means. And I'll go with the high-scoring, very high-upsided forward with the number one overall pick. Number 2, the Columbus Blue Jackets, taking Ryan Murray of the Everett Silvertips, probably the safest pick in the draft. He's a solid double. For him to be a safe pick for Columbus that can really be a leader on the back end, something they've lacked throughout their organization's history, and really help be the face of the franchise in the post-Rick Nash era, as it looks like Rick Nash is on his way out of town. So something to consider. I think Ryan Murray will be a great face. I don't think he'll be like a bona fide superstar, Nick Lidstrom, but I think he'll be a pretty safe defenseman that plays a regular role on a rebuilding team in Columbus for the next number of years. Number 3, Montreal Canadiens. I got them taking Alex Galchenyuk of the Sarnia Sting, the American-Ukrainian kid, or Ukrainian-American kid, whatever order it goes in. With the injuries, kind of hurt his draft stock, but I think he's going to be a steal at 3. I think he needs to go back to the OHL next year to regain strength in his knee coming off the ACL surgery. But I think he can definitely be a player in Montreal for years to come that can be a capable two-way center on the first line and put up 75 to 90 points a year. I think he's that good offensively, and he's got a great defensive game too. I really think he's like almost a Marian Hossa-esque in terms of his two-way play, addition to his offensive abilities. Number 4, the New York Islanders, for the first time in a while, taking a defenseman with a high pick. Matthew Dumba from the Western Hockey League. I think he's going to be from the Red Deer Rebels, to be more specific. I think he's that kind of player that can definitely be a swagger defenseman that can really impact their blue line for the next number of years and complement their, the Tavares and, Niederreiter, all those young forwards, Strome, that can, even Matt Molson, obviously one of the skilled forwards, be an impact player for years to come. Number 5, with the Leafs, I got him taking Mikhail Grigorenko, obviously the high scoring product of the Quebec Ramparts, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Very skilled center. Big kid with a lot of upside, but some intangibles there that cause him to slip to the number 5 pick and make him, a solid player in Toronto for the next number of years with Phil Kessel if he could figure it out. Number 6, the Anaheim Ducks. I got him taking Griffin Reinhart. Philip Forsberg's the best player on the draft, but they have an organizational void at defense, so I see them taking a kid out of the Edmonton Oil Kings to complement their defense core for the next number of years. To complement their already, play alongside Cam Fowler. They're both lefties, but I think they can both play alongside each other. And really give you something on the back end as a true number 1-2 defenseman. Number 7, Minnesota getting arguably the steal of the draft with Philip Forsberg slipping past a few teams that were going for upside rather than a safe pick. Forsberg will really complement their skilled European core they're building up there, and I think he's got a great quality in the North American game in him. He's going to need some adjustment time to play in the smaller ice surfaces, but when you look at the skilled young forwards they have with Zucker, Granlund, Coyle, guys like that can definitely be a very contending team in Minnesota for the next number of years. I think he'll fit right in and definitely help that team. Number 8 overall, I got the Carolina Hurricanes taking Radek Faksa off the Kitchener Rangers. Very skilled center, big kid, and definitely a guy you can build around. The call majority skilled big center in Eric Stahl. I look for him to be someone that can play with Stahl and Skinner. Maybe not right away, but definitely sooner rather than later. Really just a good all-around player. Definitely not as polished offensively, but neither was former Kitchener Ranger Gabriel Landeskog. He's a front runner for the Calder Trophy right now, so I think that's what you got to look at with a guy like that. Can he complement your players and be able to give you some versatility? Yes, he can. So that's why he's a good pick for Carolina. Number 9, I got the Winnipeg Jets taking Teuvo Teravainen out of Jokerit in Finland, a very, very skilled, undersized winger. I think he can really complement their forward core, especially if Evander Kane gets moved, as he wants out of Winnipeg, supposedly. can he definitely play an impact? Absolutely. Maybe not right away because of the size, because he hasn't played in North America, but I think he'd definitely be an offensive force to complement, Alex Burmistr and Mark Sheffley for the next number of years, especially if Evander Kane is on his way out of Manitoba. And number 10, the pick I'm most excited about, Jacob Trouba to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, the Lightning are one of my top. They're my number 2 team behind the Bruins, obviously. Them and Nashville, number 2, tied. But I've loved Trouba's game since I watched him play at the WJC. I've got to watch some more film of him, and very skilled defenseman that has 3 quality pluses: size, physicality, mobility. Actually, a lot of pluses, more than that. I sound like Rick Perry all of a sudden, getting out of count of 3. He's got size. He's 6'2". He's got some offensive upside. He can hit, and he's got some mobility. So I like it. I think he's needs a year or 2 in Michigan, but I think he can play alongside Victor Hedman. He's a righty. Hedman's a lefty. Can you imagine that pairing going forward? It's scary. Righty, lefty, 2 big defensemen. If Hedman can figure it out, this kid's already ahead of the curve. I think you're looking at one of the best defense pairings in the Southeast Division, a defense pairing that can shut down Ovechkin and company for the next number of years. Obviously, Ovechkin's shut himself down. But that's all I got in this mock draft. Picks 1 through 10. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. And the other 2 editions will be coming here later in the week. That's all I got, guys. Later.